Hi guys, so I have my third internal exams starting from tomorrow, and this was announced on such a short notice. Like literally, it was announced 4 to 5 days back, and honestly, it was supposed to be from December 18. That is at least 2 weeks away from the date that has been announced. So we were not prepared for this, and we have entire syllabus to be completed. It was clearly not possible, and amidst that, there was this last theory classes, and because of this sudden announcement, our last week became the last week in college of theory classes. Like it is not announced officially, but we all assumed it to be the last week of theory classes, and we got a group photo shoot done, and it was a little bit of emotional and all that stuff. Clearly, we are unprepared for this exam, and first paper being medicine, there is a lot to be studied. So, since this is the third internals, it is going to be a replica of the final university exams, and we are going to have two papers in medicine, surgery, and all other subjects except pediatrics. I guess it is an advantage that we have medicine paper in the beginning because we'll have some time beforehand to study medicine. That is the 2 days which we have got, we could study medicine, but though how much of that we'll be able to replicate in the exam tomorrow, that only after the exam I can say. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's so much to be completed yet. I guess there is this thing about exams that lesser time you have, more productive you become, because yesterday and today morning my pace was really slow, and I had some other work that I had to complete in the morning. So probably from now I'll have to pace up and complete it before tomorrow. I have my exams at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah. I always face this weird situation where concepts seem to interest me a lot just before the exam, but I can't focus on extensively studying that concept because I have a lot of portions left, and I have to complete it and time is limited. So yeah, facing the same situation today. I was reading CVS, and okay, now let's focus on completing the portions and getting passing marks in the exam tomorrow.
The following day.
Hi guys, so I'm done with my medicine paper one exam today, and it was pretty good. Not over the top difficult or anything like that, but still I messed up with a few concepts and made a few silly mistakes. Anyways, hopefully I will pass in the exam. And now tomorrow I have my paper two, and it has much more portions than paper one. It has all the major chunk like respiratory, CNS, and hematology, to name a few. I took a quick nap after having my lunch, and now it's time to actually get studying and see how much I can complete. Studying a chapter, if I feel that a chapter is taking too much of my time, and there are a lot of other chapters remaining, then I just abandon that chapter and go on with the other chapters. I'll come back to this chapter whenever I feel monotonous studying other chapters, or if I get some time here and there, I just go through one or two topics of the chapter and then complete it like that. That is what I like to do for big chapters. That's what I did with CNS in medicine. It was a long chapter and it was taking a lot of my time, and there was still a lot of other units remaining. So I just stopped that reading that chapter over there, and then continued reading other chapters. Now I'm gonna read nephrology, IRS, and then come back to CNS in medicine. That's how I would like to deal with a chapter that is very long and when I have so much other units to study. But there are a few people who like to get done with the chapter then and there, and then only they progress to like other units or other topics. It's basically a matter of personal choice. So do anything that works for you. By the way, what kind of a person are you? Which do you prefer?
The next day.
Hi guys, so I'm finally done with the medicine paper 2, and I feel that I was a little bit better prepared for paper 2 than compared to paper 1. And the thing is, whenever I have lesser time, I put in more efforts and maybe prepare well. So that would also be a probable cause for this. Honestly, I'm very grateful that I got to see a lot of clinical cases during my postings, and the points that were discussed there, or the points that the features that we saw in that patient, it helped me recollect a lot of answers in the exam, like mainly for Parkinson's, as I had shared in one of the previous videos, the case of Parkinson's that we saw. So I came home and revised the features of Parkinson's, and I could recollect most of the features in the exam. Or else, usually I tend to miss out on some features, and I usually don't fill that much of my paper. So I'm very grateful that I could do that today. Tomorrow is a holiday, followed by which we have two papers of surgery. Like on the first day, we have general surgery and ortho. The second day, we have the systemic surgery. So, yeah.
8 hours later.
Tomorrow I have my general surgery and ortho papers, one after the other for 50 marks each, and it's almost 2 right now. From morning I just did ortho, but still I couldn't complete ortho. There are a few topics of lower limb trauma and other diseases that are remaining. Now I think it's time to start surgery, because surgery also has a lot of topics to be covered. It basically includes general surgery, breast, thyroid, and few other topics. So yesterday, after coming back, I just completed a few topics of paper 2, like very few topics, and later I got this very bad headache, because of which I couldn't do any other thing. So yeah, I couldn't read any topics of paper 1 surgery. Let's see how much I can complete right now. Today the general surgery part, surgery paper 1 and ortho paper is done. Surgery went well actually, and though the major question it was not at all expected. Actually, I had thought that topic would not come, and I'd almost skipped that topic. So just made up the answer, like of whatever knowledge I had of that topic, that was of malignant melanoma. Later, ortho paper didn't go as expected, but I understood what mistake I made. I actually wanted to cover all the topics. I had this FOMO that whichever topic I leave out, that might come as a question. So I tried covering most of the topics. Because of that, I felt that I couldn't devote more time to the important topics, or the topics that were most expected ones. But anyways, hopefully I'll pass in ortho as well. So tomorrow we have surgery paper 2. Clearly, I had underestimated the syllabus for surgery paper 2. It involves vascular diseases, entire GIT, and urology. It does sound to be like very less portions, but each topic has a lot of subheadings under it, and there's a lot to study. I don't know how I'll be able to complete it. Plus, the inertia of today's exam, like.
Many hours later.
It's 6 o'clock right now, and I've completed almost 4 units. There are at least 12 to 15 more units to be completed, and I have my exam at 10 tomorrow. So yeah, let's see how much we can complete. Done with second paper of surgery. Honestly, there was a lot to study, but it went better than expected. Me being me, I made a few silly mistakes again in MCQs. I don't know why I always mess up with the MCQs and make some mistakes, which it's not of the concepts that I don't know, but it's of the concepts that I know. I do make some silly mistakes. Anyways, so tomorrow is a Sunday. After that, we have three papers more: obstetrics, gynecology, and pediatrics. We don't have gap in between those papers, so I'm studying gynae right now, and tomorrow I'm gonna study obs is what I've planned. Pediatrics, I don't know. I can't devote time to that because there's a lot to study in obstetrics and gynecology as well. Let's see how it goes.
24 hours later. Much later.
Hi guys, so a quick update. I'm done with my obstetrics and gynecology, both the papers. Today I had my gynecology paper, and I felt that gynecology was a tad bit better than obstetrics, maybe because I didn't do all those silly mistakes that I usually end up doing, especially while solving MCQs. And overall also, a few questions I had expected that it will come in gynecology, and it had come. For example, the staging of carcinoma cervix. But the thing is, I had thought of revising it in the morning, and I couldn't do that, so I messed up here and there a little bit, but that's fine. It went relatively better compared to my medicine papers, the obstetrics and gynecology. So yeah, tomorrow we have the last paper of pediatrics. That is the last theory paper, because after that we are going to be having practicals for another 4 to 5 days. So yeah, it's I'm not getting the last paper syndrome today because we have our practical exams, which are going to be much more hectic than the theory. Though we won't be having much studies, but it's going to be exhausting. It's going to be a lot of chaos, especially with the viva and all that stuff. But still, we have very less time to complete the vast amount of portions that's there in pediatrics. There is a lot to study in pediatrics. Hoping to complete and get done with how much ever I can.
Meanwhile,
Maybe I spoke too soon, but the last paper syndrome is hitting me right now. I still have more than half of the syllabus left. Let's see how much I'll be able to complete.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to
Hi
change.
guys, so I'm done with the theory exam. Today was the last exam of pediatrics, and the questions, especially the MCQs, they were picked up from the nook and corner of the textbook, which nobody would have studied, especially the a few scientists' names, or like very basic things, but which are not expected as a question. But anyways, it's done and dusted. But exams are not done yet. From tomorrow, I have my practical exam. So the top learnings that I learned from my exams, like not only this exam, from all my exams in MBBS, is you can't complete the entire syllabus before the exam. There will always be some topic, some portion left out, and that's totally okay. The second thing is, so no matter how much you read, you can't remember everything unless you have some super brain, superpowers, or something like that. At least I can't remember everything, and you're bound to forget certain things, and that's totally okay until you know the basic idea of the concept, and you can frame an answer out of that. It is completely okay. The third thing is that you learn by experience how to stretch an answer that is worth content of 2 pages to fill it into 4 to 5 pages. That is one thing which I was very bad at during the beginning of MBBS, and I used to just write 1.5 pages for 10 marker question, and that too my handwriting, my font size was really small, and I used to lose a lot of marks because of that. I even failed in one of the class tests because of that, in anatomy. But then I eventually learned the art of writing answers, and yeah, so I can basically, now I have increased my font size and the style of presentation so as to adapt to the way how it works in medical schools. So yeah, this was a little more than a week in my life of exams, of the last internal exams of MBBS. It feels too surreal to say this, but yeah, I'm done with the theory internals and I won't be having any more theory internal exams. I have my practicals starting from tomorrow, which is for another 4 days with 2 days gap in between. So yeah, I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, don't forget to share it with someone who might find it helpful as well. Until next time, take care.